Are superheroes becoming too overpowered in comics? Let's discuss. What's up, my comic comrades? So over the last several years, many of DC and Marvel heroes have been getting some insane power upgrades, leading a part of the comic community to think it's stupid and others digging it. Some like to see what writers can come up with next and how these characters will evolve, while others just wish it would stop. So today, we're going to give some examples of classic characters that have been given some upgrades within the last several years and discuss our thoughts on this trend that seems to be going on with Marvel and DC. Alright, so first up, we have the Punisher. He got a massive upgrade in 2022 when he was imbued with the power of the Beast, which we see play out in his 2022 solo series. If you weren't aware, the Beast is an ancient demon lord of the Hand, and because Punisher was imbued with his power, he was given supernatural abilities and strengths. Hear me out, Punisher was given such great power that he was now able to take on and easily defeat Ares, the god of war. Punisher straight up caught his punches with his bare hands and then melts Ares' fists just by touching them, only to kill him with a headshot imbued with his new beastly power. So Marvel took a street level hero, an ordinary human being with no superpowers, and then gave him so much power he was able to defeat a god. But we're just getting started, friends. Punisher is not the only street level hero who got an upgrade. Daredevil was also given an upgrade recently. Prior to the recent story arc, the Daredevil and Punisher series were crossing over, so if Punisher got an upgrade, Daredevil needed one too. Now, Daredevil, being a street level hero, does have superhuman abilities like his sonar sense, but his powers were greatly upgraded by the Fist. In issue 4 of the 2022 Daredevil series, we see Daredevil and his wife Elektra perform a ritual defeating the souls of the Hand to resurrect the Fist and gain its power. Of course, they defeat the souls and Daredevil gets a power boost. Most notably, he's now not only able to see through his sonar sense, but as he says in issue 5, something's happened to me. The Fist magic. I could sense deeper, farther, joy and sadness, anger and love. My heart can't take it. This will kill me. But that's okay. Essentially, one of his new power boosts because of the Fist magic was the ability to now feel and sense someone's emotions, making him a much more formidable fighter as he could sense his opponents much deeper. Crazy, but it doesn't end there. In Daredevil's issues 12 and 13, Daredevil uses his fist magic to become, as I like to call, Divine Daredevil, turning his costume white as he literally walks into hell to defeat the Beast. With this upgrade, he's able to even pull Ahsoka-style lightsabers from his horns to defeat the Beast, and it's kinda crazy. Next up, we have Thor, who's got some of the biggest upgrades in comic books over the last 3 years I've ever seen. It all started in issue 1 of the 2020 Donny Cates series. In issue 1 of that series, he gains the power Cosmic, becoming the Herald of Thunder. Now, Thor, all on his own, was one of the strongest characters in comics, but as of this issue, he now possessed the power Cosmic on top of that. But then later on in issue 22 of the same series, Odin sacrifices himself and in the process gives him the full Odin Force. The Odin Force is one of the most powerful forces in all of comics. It's what gave Odin and pretty much Thor all of his power. Even Thor was scared of his dad, but he wouldn't like to admit it. The point is, Thor was given the power Cosmic in issue 1, and then by issue 22, he gained the full Odin Force. But it still doesn't end there, because then in Avengers Assemble Omega issue 1, we find out that Thor, while still having the power Cosmic and Odin Force, also has access to the Phoenix Force because of his birth mother. The point is, he now possesses yet another one of the most powerful forces in all of Marvel. Basically, as of 2021, Marvel's like, yeah, we're just gonna give Thor everything we've got. All these upgrades combined in recent years arguably makes Thor the most powerful superhero in all of comics now. Again, that's an argument that could definitely be made. Thor isn't the only one who basically has become a god on crack in recent years, no. DC has been upgrading the hell out of several of their heroes as well. For example, Wonder Woman, in issue 6 of the Death Metal event from 2020, she became a cosmic god of sorts. Essentially what happens towards the end of the issue when it seemed like the Batman Who Laughs was going to win and destroy the multiverse, Wonder Woman dips herself and her lasso of truth into the Forge. For those of you who are unaware, the World Forge is a realm of dark matter from which all the worlds in the multiverse and dark multiverse have been created. And Wonder Woman dipped herself in said forge, coming out a golden cosmic god of sorts, enabling her to defeat the Batman Who Laughs. But it doesn't end there. In issue 7 of the series, she was basically chosen by the Hands, who are cosmic entities created by the Source, responsible for populating the Omniverse within infinite multiverses. In any case, she's chosen by the Hands to basically become a Hand herself, making her one of the most powerful entities in all of DC. Yeah, the only thing that's like more powerful than that is becoming a writer or artist at that point. Now, I will say this didn't really go anywhere from here, as DC never really knows where they want to go with their continuity, but it was still one heck of an upgrade. Next up is Big Blue, also getting a massive power upgrade. That That's right, the Man of Steel himself, the end-all be-all superhero, Superman, has been getting crazy upgrades as of dawn of DC. It all kind of started in Action Comics 1050 when Lex Luthor teleports Superman away via a portal that he created. But Superman just reappears telling Lex, "My mind and body are stronger than they've ever been. Concepts like weight, distance, temperature, even space-time have largely lost their meaning to me." But it doesn't end there. In Superman issue 2, we see that Superman's body can now absorb moonlight, which makes sense as moonlight is just reflected sunlight, but nonetheless, this means Superman is now a 24/7, 365 solar battery, meaning his power is that much more amplified. Then in Action Comics 1053, we see Superman vibrate himself through Luthor's jail cell wall like he's the damn Flash, telling us his speed has also greatly increased. And then in Action Comics 1054, Superman has a damn Susanoo, which all my Naruto fans know is a massive humanoid avatar made of the user's chakra, which surrounds its user, giving them exponential power. It's just ridiculous. In any case, like Superman said in Action Comics 1050, his mind and body are stronger than they've ever been, and we're just now starting to see how much stronger he has really become. But moving on, they also gave Nightwing a temporary power upgrade. Basically how it happened is the fallen angel Neuron with devilish power was like, "Nightwing, I know what you want for humanity. How much could you achieve if I connected you to the Speed Force? How much could you do with the strength of a Kryptonian? Let me give you a taste." At which point he imbues Nightwing with the strength of a Kryptonian and speed of the Flash. With his newfound powers in the very next issue, issue 104, Nightwing is able to keep up with Wally West Flash, the fastest Flash, and even hanging with Superman in space orbiting the Earth. Now again, these powers did not last very long. He actually lost them in the same issue, issue 104, but it was still a crazy upgrade nonetheless. Then you have characters like Iceman who gradually over time have become more and more powerful. For Iceman, it all really started in Uncanny X-Men issue 92 when he started to unlock the full potential of his abilities. You see in the issue, Colossus's brother, Mikhail Rasputin, used his abilities to make Iceman reach his final form. Iceman asks, "What did you do to me?" Mikhail responds, "Nothing other than help you achieve the full potential of your mutant abilities." Imagine the possibilities of a body constructed completely of ice, instead of the external casing of ice, which you have been content to wear as a manifestation of your powers. This is the legacy of your genetic birthright, Iceman, and with Bobby Drake, aka Iceman, now being able to turn his body completely to ice, to its core, he becomes exponentially more powerful and would be revealed to be an Omega level mutant. So powerful, in fact, in the more recent planet-sized X-Men one-shot from 2021, Bobby terraformed Mars. Iceman easily created polar ice caps on Mars, bringing water and life back to the planet, so that it can now thrive, naming it Planet Araco. Then we gotta move over to Miles Morales' Spider-Man. He's also been getting some crazy cool upgrades recently. His Venom Blast is clearly getting more powerful, and all around just his bioelectrical abilities in general. So much so, he's now able to create a lightsaber of sorts out of electricity, as we first saw a few months ago in Miles Morales' Spider-Man issue 5 when fighting Rabble. When asked how the heck he created a sword out of electricity, he essentially responds, "I don't know, but I can't let you hurt anyone else." Then more recently, as of issue 9 of the same series, Spider-Man inadvertently creates a better version of his electrical sword when facing the Hobgoblin. Again, seemingly inadvertently, with Hobgoblin noting, "This is one hell of a fighting spirit, but it burned much brighter earlier. You're losing your strength. I'd say the sword must drain you." Nonetheless, this energy sword is still in its early phases, but we're seeing Miles try to harness its full potential, so again, one crazy upgrade. Because if he can create a sword with his Venom Blast or electrical powers, what else can he create? In any case, those are just several characters that have been getting power upgrades recently. There's even more than I mentioned today. But the point is, are superheroes becoming too powerful? I personally fall on the side of no, not really, because characters have to evolve and change to not become stale. For me, I think it's interesting to see characters continue to grow, and a lot of times this stuff doesn't even stick permanently, because just as much as powers are given to characters, they are often taken away because of plot points or continuity resets. Or they are just simply never touched on again because the character got a new writer, and that writer decided not to revisit the character's new abilities. For instance, Black Panther a while back was said to be the ruler of like 9 star systems, and that has yet to be touched on or even really mentioned in his last 2 ongoing series. Not necessarily a power upgrade, but the point is comics will often introduce something and then for whatever reason decide not to touch on it again later on. But even if they do stick, I don't mind seeing characters like Superman become even more powerful, because that's literally what the character is all about. And characters like Miles Morales, who are now just starting to come into their own, makes sense for him to gain more abilities as he continues to grow and become a better Spider-Man. For me, I'm just not that guy who's like, "Oh my god, the character has so many powers, because of that they're stupid and boring." I'm like, no, that just means you need to have a greater threat to combat those new powers that are awesome. But like I said earlier, giving characters new abilities and powers is a way to let characters grow and not not become stale. So I'm all in for it, especially characters like, again, Superman, whose powers are limitless, so he should always be discovering new abilities. And then even for street tier heroes like Punisher and Daredevil, who got crazy upgrades, it was fun to see, and we know it's not going to be permanent, so enjoy it while it lasts. But that's just my 2 cents on the matter. What do you guys think of all the upgrades characters like Thor, Superman, Daredevil, and so on have been getting? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Let us know down in the comments. But other than that, we'll see you next time when we talk about all things comics.